Welcome back to the channel, guys. Thanks for tuning in to another video. In today's video I talk about all the problems with the Audi S4. Now if you're new to the channel, we've got a Tesla, we've got a GTR, we've got a Seat Leon, and we've got this Audi S4. But the S4 is the main conversation here. Now I want to show you guys all the things that you need to look out for and the problems that come across an Audi S4 B8. Let's get into it. Yeah, you're looking at those arches, you probably are. Now, one big problem with these Audi S4s is because of the age of the car, the B8s tend to suffer from rust within the arches. So one thing that you really do need to be aware of, and you need to make sure that you're cleaning this car constantly and keeping it tip-top, because as soon as you start to get some flaking, which particularly happens in this arch area, which we don't have any signs of here, I'll show you a closer look, that rust is going to start to spread, and the last thing you want is that rust to go all over the car, and it's just going to be an absolute liability. Because I have a friend who had his Audi S4 all sorted, sprayed and changed, and it cost him over £2,000. So that's the last thing you want to do. So the Audi S4 B8 currently has a DSG platform. Well, it's called an S-tronic, but it's known as the DSG. Now the problem with the DSG unit is it's got something called a Mechatronics. Now the Mechatronics, a lot of people don't know, it sounds like a Transformers item, but it isn't. Now the problem with it is it's got so many components that if something goes wrong with it, it's going to cost you a lot of money. When I mean serious change, you're looking at approximately £1,000 to £2,000 in order to get the change done. What the fuck? Now the only way to prevent this going wrong is you need to just make sure you get it serviced, make sure you oil it at every 20,000 in your service interval book. Another thing about the Mechatronics unit is when you're driving, it tends to lack. So when you go from gear to gear, you can feel it struggling. So you might go gear 1 to 2, I'll show you an example of this. So we're going to manual, and we're going to gear 1, we'll pull the window down just a little bit so you can hear it, but you'll see the change, it's slow. So I heard the gear change come from the exhaust, but then the car had to think about what it was doing and it's into its next gear. So it's not as fast as it could be in comparison to, let's say you get the Golf R, or let's say you get a Mercedes C63. In comparison, it's got much more of a stronger gear change. But obviously we'll look at this when we get the car mapped. Now another thing you want to watch out for is the Audi S4 is not a good gym partner. So you can be doing your push-ups and it will not give you any moral support. Push-ups probably weren't that important, but what is important is the fact that you get carbon build-up. This vehicle tends to have a lot of carbon build-up just because of the way the engine is set up. So the inlet manifolds tend to go obviously black as time goes through, so it is recommended that you get a walnut blast done, but these cars suffer from quite a bit of carbon build-up. I just think that's the TFSI setup for you. So you can avoid that by getting the blast done, but obviously make sure you get the car straight into the garage when you've got it, get it checked, and if it needs changing, then you better. The next thing is the PCV valves. These pipes are quite fragile, but I just think on the TFSI platform, they typically tend to go wrong always. So what you want to do is you need to make sure that you're constantly checking any sort of loss of pressure in boost, then you're going to basically feel it from this. But the main indicator here is you'll get the intermittent engine management light, which will come and go because obviously the airflow isn't bang on, and your error code that should pop up will be oxidizer sensor. But obviously we'll explore that further on, so make sure you subscribe, because obviously we're going to get the car plugged up and check if there's any errors coming up on the... Just something else to think about, these are some small wheels. As you can see, sitting next to them, I look significantly big. The thing with the Audi S4 is it comes with very small wheels. I wouldn't say this is a problem, but I just thought I'd mention it. If you're looking for something that's got a bit of a beef factor to it, you're going to get 18-inch wheels, and they are bloody small. Stupid wheels. Stupid wheels. Regardless of all the problems that this Audi S4 has, one thing I will say is it's a great platform for modification. So we are going to be working our way through all the way from exterior to performance mods. This is going to be a very big project for us, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. I would like to thank everyone for watching and everyone for tuning in. All the support matters.